This year, Makita added to their lineup of electric chainsaws with the launch of their new 18-volt, 10-inch top-handle chainsaw. That's model XCU06. It features a brushless motor with outer rotor design, variable speed trigger, and up to 4,720 feet per minute of cutting power. It also features a torque boost mode for sawing through dense material and weighs in at just over 7 pounds, even with the 18-volt 5-amp-hour battery attached. Now, Makita claims that this compact top-handled chainsaw is built for the professional tree care industry, and that statement has turned more than a few heads. Other 18-volt chainsaws on the market, such as the Ryobi and Black Decker, are obviously designed for the homeowner/consumer market, causing us to wonder if an 18-volt 10-inch chainsaw truly belongs with a team of professional arborists. So we gave it to our friends at Ahlum Arbor Tree Preservation to give us an inside look at its performance and design. Let's get started.
We gave the 10-inch Makita to Tyler at Ahlum Arbor for a couple of weeks to test it out on the job, then checked back in with him to see what he thought of it. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, I'm Tyler Mitten with Ahlum Arbor, just doing a review of the Makita top-handled battery-operated chainsaw that I've been testing for the past couple weeks. I've had this on my crew pretty consistently, used it almost every day over those 2 weeks. Just trying to get a feel for it, seeing if it would be a contender over our gas-operated saws that we use every day. This has the attachment that I can use this in the tree, attach it to my tree climbing saddle. Overall, I like the battery life of the saw. It seemed like it lasted me all day when I was using it. The oil adjustment is a little finicky, so it was a little much at first and I turned it down, then it wasn't quite enough and it took me a little bit to get that dialed in, but after it was dialed in, it was pretty consistent. Chain speed for me is a little bit slow. It makes a little bit jumpy cuts, kind of like when you're going through the cut, it tends to jump a little bit, which is characteristic of low chain speed. Overall, I would say that this is getting to be to the point where this could contend with gas-operated saws, but maybe not on a day-to-day basis. I was using this a lot smaller stuff, not as much like big removals or removing bigger limbs. So I would say overall, I would have this on my truck for smaller jobs. I like the consistent startup. It's always ready. I don't have to pull start it in the tree. It's light, it's compact, and I think they're onto something here with this saw.
So after giving his pros and cons, Tyler gives the Makita 10-inch chainsaw a thumbs up overall. Next, we gave it to Brian at Ahlum Arbor to open it up and take an inside look at the construction and design. Here's what Brian found.
Chain brake, very simplistic system as well. Another feature I like about this is the two-piece clutch, brake, and the sprocket. The sprocket will typically wear out before anything else does, and the fact that you can change that on its own is a nice feature. This is the worm gear that will help you adjust your chain from loose to tighten. Everything comes out, very easy to replace. Those will be one of the things that wear out as time goes on, so the fact that they come out very easily is a plus. I love the saw. It's very light, it's easy to use. One of the only concerns I have with it is the fact that the battery is not protected at all on this saw. This saw being up in the tree, hanging off of a climber, it's going to bounce around on the tree a lot. I would like to see this enforced. That's where the battery actually clips in there and holds on there. And then something to actually reinforce the battery from falling out in the event that one of the corners break. Very well built saw. Plenty of power. The chain speed could be a little bit quicker. With the chain speed, what it's on right now, it's a little bit too slow to stop any kind of vibrating or bouncing of the chain. That would definitely get worse as the chain got used, and the more dull the chain is, the more bouncing you're going to get out of it. Being a saw that you're using in close proximity of, you're definitely want to keep the chain sharp on it to reduce any kind of bouncing or skipping on the chain at all. This chainsaw is a very simplistic idea and design, and what I mean by that is if any of the components fail, it's something that a homeowner can take apart and repair themselves. A lot of the newer two-cycle chainsaws out there have microprocessors in them that really will not allow you to do any kind of adjustments on or troubleshoot any electronical problem that you may be having with it, which in turn you would have to take the saw to a dealership and have downtime with that saw. That is one of the nicer features of this particular saw, is the simplicity of it. and the fact that with simple tools you can take it apart and repair anything that needs to be repaired on it.
Brian gives the Makita 10-inch chainsaw his endorsement as well, not only for the smaller work that his team tackles on the job site, but also for any homeowner who would be able to maintain the saw in their own garage, given its simple design. Overall, the team in Ahlum Arbor were impressed by this 18-volt Makita chainsaw.
That's going to wrap this up. Thanks again to the team at Ahlum Arbor Tree Preservation. If you want to get your hands on one of these saws, they are available now at ohiopowertool.com. You can go check it out in the description below. Be sure to check out coptool.com for more power tool news and info, and I'll see you this Friday at noon Eastern for our Power Tool Weekend Review. Like and subscribe now, and I'll see you next time.